Am I a role model? Heavens, no. All I do is analyze all day. I mean, why is hell no considered a curse word, but heavens no? We've never really heard of that. Am I taking heaven lightly? No, I actually said it on purpose. So I guess if you say hell no and you're taking hell lightly, anyway, back to the subject. Am I a role model? Do I believe in role models? Do you believe people should be role? Do I believe people should be role models? No, I don't think people should be role models. I think if somebody succeeds at something or a certain behavior, maybe you can consider that's a good role model. They played a role. They followed part of the role of what good morality is on one area. Did they do it perfectly? Most people will try to interrogate that and find out they didn't do it perfectly somewhere. But I'm far from a role model, personally. But you could say I am in some areas. But as far as being a responsible person and being a person, I never found a soulmate. It would have been hard for me to find a soulmate because I wasn't responsible enough to find a soulmate in a lot of ways. Now, I was responsible in the way of loving my neighbor. I've never really done people wrong. Some people would consider that I've done them wrong that were family connected. They weren't my friends, though. We weren't friends, but they would act like I was a friend who betrayed them, but we were never friends. And I didn't really have friends in my family. I always had people who were antagonists, didn't like my views. And my views are, I was a non-committal person in a sense. I'm very loyal in a sense, but non-committal because I like to study and explore. I like to explore. And I've always believed in go ye into all the world and teach all nations about Christ and his love and his salvation, his forgiveness and redemption. And that, I don't know I'm not going to break that down in 2 minutes. I wanted this to be 2 minutes, but I had a different view on that, a different perspective. I was very different. So there are people today that still want me to be this way and be that way. And I'm like, man, I'm 52, 53. I've noticed my first aging thing this year. I'll say losing some teeth, and I don't feel okay. I'm over the hill now. It's not. I've tried to find a girlfriend for years. It didn't work, but I'm past my prime now, ladies. If you wanted me, you should have come after me sometime before 53, probably. So you get old, you lose your teeth, your breath stinks now. My breath stinks, I assume. I'm joking, kind of, but I don't want to say that to make everybody else feel bad that's over 50. But I'd say, as a role model, I'd say I am a role model. If you want to call me a role model, I think to me, time is a role model. You got your own gifts and talents. You got your own perspectives. You got your own energy. You find things to fit into your time. Time goes by. It's funny how sometimes we get bored and think it's never going to go by fast enough, but overall it goes by too fast, and especially when you find something to do and you can never do it all. So I'd say, but what I have succeeded at is I've been loved my neighbors, been kind to neighbors, forgiven people. Doesn't mean I have never gotten angry. There's some people I have a hard time forgiving, or I can be angry at if I think about it much. But for the most part, that's people I've known for 40, 50 years that have been mean to me constantly for 40, 50 years or whatever. But other than that, I don't get angry easy with people that I've just met or known, and I have a reason for that. I try to understand people. So I'm good at trying to understand people, but I'm not happy that nobody's ever tried to understand me that I've known. Hardly anybody's ever tried to understand me. And I think everybody should be seeking understanding of God and different things, different situations, understanding where somebody comes from. And this is going to end at 5. But no, I think Jesus is the role model. I'm going to try to end it at 5. Maybe not. People aren't role models. But however, there are people that you could look up to for their success and all that kind of thing. I'm not one of those people. But I do believe I should be able to share my testimony and my experiences.